look, the stats are quite cold-hearted, right? I mean, the fact of the matter is City did out possession in the fact that they had 57%, Spurs 43%, but the most telling of all, City 18 shots on target to Tottenham Hotspur's 1. 1 shot on target all game from Spurs, 5 in City's favour. Look, it is a gut punch of a result for Spurs, given the manner of the goal and the manner of how it stood. We'll come on to that shortly. But, I mean, overall, Russ, can we have too many complaints? I mean, this Baron Trevor run goes on. But, I mean, I think as Matt says there, you probably back Postecoglou to end it on the basis that, you know, we're in a start of a project here.
Yeah, I mean, I think Matt summed it up perfectly, really. We shouldn't overreact. But to me, 2 things were obvious. We were playing the European and Premier League champions who move the ball around like clockwork. And the other, I'm sorry to say, reason is Rick and everybody else, we simply were not good enough as a collective. But for our defenders and Vicario, I think it could have been 4 or 5. I mean, we just weren't at the races tonight. There was an element for me of rabbits in the headlights, particularly in midfield and up front. Our front 3 didn't really work together. And I think it's worth pointing out that our recent successes against City were because we had Harry Kane and Sonny, who used to keep a lot of their players on their toes. And we haven't got those players at the moment. One is away and one is now playing his trade in Germany. And, you know, however we try and look at it, Richie ain't no Harry Kane. And if you don't give the ball to the man with pace, which is Timo Werner, who was in loads of space, loads of times, and we didn't see him.
So many times, Russ, so many times.
You cannot expect to have a good shot on goal tally and even score some goals. I mean, I did say to a pal of mine, on X, we DM during the game, I said, the only way we were going to score was a set piece. And the irony is we conceded a set piece to lose the game. But even the balls in from Pedro Porro tonight, for some reason, weren't up to the usual standard. It was a bit like, to me, we were overawed by City. And let's be absolutely honest, if they play like that, or even better, which they're capable of, they are going to beat everybody easily this season, even Liverpool. In fact, probably more so. But I thought defensively we were pretty good, and respect to the players. Mickey van der Ven, fabulous. Romero played a good game. Full-backs were good. The goalkeeper, forget about the goal. Was it a mistake? Was it not a mistake? Was it a foul? Well, the official said no, and it's a goal and we're out. So it's good night, Moss side, and we get on with the rest of our season. And that's no bad thing, because now we've got to go for Champions League football. But it is very, very disappointing with that amazing stadium full of our fans, you know, hundreds of thousands of our fans who couldn't get tickets and are watching it on television, expecting Ange ball. But you're up against Pep ball, and that's the difference.
Guys, we were just outclassed. We just were, by the greatest team in the world, who are 9 years into a project. We're 6 months into a project. And so again, another thing that I'm going to, because the question was, Rick, what did we learn? And what I learned was, this is a positive thing. And again, I'm not trying to polish a turd here. People are saying about how often Timo Werner could have been played in and he was finding a lot of space. This is his 3rd game. You know what I mean? He just arrived. And so people saying, oh, well, he was always free and he never got played in. That's true, right? And that's frustrating for me. And I saw that too. However, the fact that he's making those runs, the fact that he wants the ball and he's been there for about 15 minutes is really positive. Cohesion is massive for any team, for any business. And so he is a new recruit. We just don't know how to make that play yet. And people saying, we're missing Sonny. Like, Sonny is the giant killer. Like, if City are afraid of anybody, they are afraid of Heung-min Son. And he wasn't there tonight. And we had this young German lad who's just come to the country, 2 weeks ago, trying to fill sizable boots. And he did his best.
Sonny, I have to bring Sonny up because he's always been such a pivotal factor in this fixture. Is he the difference tonight, Russ? Because I've got to say with Sonny, the one thing I must add is that his clinical finishing that many have picked up on over the last few weeks in these big games that we've seen. Quite honestly, I've got to say, I feel it could have been a difference tonight, Son. Is that fair for me to say, Russ? How do you feel about the way the timing of the fixture came round, Sonny not being available for it?
Well, I think even a coach like Guardiola will know what Son could have done to his City team. So I think he certainly would have been relieved that he wasn't part of the Spurs setup tonight, because history engraves itself in your memory, doesn't it? And it will have done for Pep Guardiola and City. Would we have won tonight with Sonny playing? I think we would have had a better chance of winning tonight. For some reason, this front three, this sort of potpourri of different styles of players isn't quite working at the moment. And I think, to be fair to Brennan Johnson, who I was pleased to see in the week, was saying how happy he is being part of Spurs and how he loves the club already, which is great to hear.
Yep,
I think that he's been playing a lot of games, as we know, that ordinarily he would not have been playing if we'd have had all our personnel fit and playing the players that are first choice in those spots. And I think he was brought into the club never to play every game, but needs must, as TJ so beautifully put it. We have got a $5 bag of shopping and we ain't going to get a gourmet meal, or to bring it this side of the pond, you can't make a silk's purse out of a sow's ear. And that's roughly where we are at the moment. But it isn't going to last long. These players are coming back. Who knows what's going to happen in the remaining 5 days of the transfer window? It's evident that we need at least a couple of top quality players to come in. Might be in the window in the summer. But I think there's everything to be excited about. And I think next season, as I've said it before, Sonny will be here, please God. We'll have some new players in the summer. Some of the ones who are not getting a chance will disappear. And I think we will be very, very dangerous football club next season. And we'll be a little bit closer to Manchester City, but we won't have caught up with them. But look how we played against them tonight. We weren't brilliant, but they only won 1-0. And that's the important thing, I think, to remember. As underwhelming as we were for a lot of the game, apart from some really neat tight passing for about 10 minutes in the second half, I thought we were really bold and brave then. Not enough of that in the first half, but we weren't that far away.
Yeah.
But they are like clockwork, and you can see that they all know each other and how they play. First touch,
totally
beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
And when we're on our game at the beginning of the season, particularly first touch, beautiful to watch. But as soon as you get one little cog coming out of our wheel, it's evident we've got a problem. With City, they just bring in somebody else